Doing some reversed wrapped cordage today. Found some natural plant fibers that break down so we can make us a little rope. We'll take the majority of these little strands off after we're done. But yeah, you start off with little bits like this. That might be a little too thick. That's a little better. Can we get our excess off of there? So I'm dividing it up in multiple strands, 2 different strings. Where you need additional cordage, you're gonna lay a piece in, overlap, you're gonna twist away from yourself that one group of strands, reach under, grab the other, and flip it. You're gonna just do the same thing. Rotate away, over, flip. Rotate away, under, flip. And you just keep this process up for a few hours, and then maybe you'll have a decent amount of cordage. It's time consuming, but it's strong. If you run out of paracord, it's definitely a nice trick to know how to use. It's a little difficult, but down below me I actually got a turkey roaster running with some sand in it, and you can kind of smell it. It's all kind of drying out, but I'm going to try a heat treat on some Flint Ridge material today. Will make my rock easier to fracture for decent flake removals. Dad's out in the shop with me today, so he just ran off coughing. Let's see if I can figure out where I was here. There we go. Lay another one in here. Pretty much any plant material that's fibrous, that you can break down the individual spots or spots of the leaves, you can make a cordage out of. Grab you a few. Once you start getting low, toss it back in there on top. It's that reverse twist. Flip it over. You just keep doing that process over and over and over again until you get the desired length of cordage. It's one of those little monotonous tasks, but it's always better to have some type of cordage than no cordage at all. I'm going to hear every footstep. Everyone. Just two different sets of strands. Just rotate them, twist them together. Just keep twisting away from yourself. Flip it, lock it into place. You get yourself some cordage. Some of it's super strong. Yeah, it's good. What would be really cool is to do a huge amount and then you tie a little leader on the end of it, maybe 6 foot or so, some type of filament, toss your hooks and stuff and your weights and go try to catch some fish on it. It is a beautiful day here in southeastern Ohio, and I would assume maybe you might be able to get into some bluegill. Check on my sand. Kind of smells good. And once you do a couple wraps, lock it in before you have to actually add more on another side. So I kind of take you got a tapered end, then you got a more sturdier end, about where the base of the plant would be. I always use my tapered ends to lay in. That way you get a smoother transition of cordage. So it's not really thick in one spot and thinner in others. As you can see, my tidy cat boxes back there behind me with all my rock and bones in them. Try to reuse, recycle. Make the best of what you got. I'll get through what I got down here and then I'll show you how to process out some of these leaves to break up some of that fibrous material within the plant. finer your fibers are, the easier they are to work with. I have noticed. You can do it with thicker stuff, it just doesn't make as nearly as strong of cordage. You think how modern ropes are made, they take multiple small fibers and they'll run them in consecutive, so you have a certain twist. So you have so many fibers per strand. Some are inner, so they have one piece running down the entire length of the rope, and then they have multiple running around it. And then there's others that are just bound in these tight little groups that are weaved around one another. So I could honestly give you an accurate measurement on what mine is due to the fact that I just kind of throw it in as needed. You can make it however big you want. And there's my daughter with her Easter basket. You want to say hi? Come over here. Get on there. Do you see yourself? You're just waving. Say hi. What am I making? You don't know? Can you say cordage?
Cordage.
That's right. You want to show them what you got in your hand?
It's an Easter basket. See?
Yeah. It's a pretty awesome Easter basket.
Okay, now it's a hunt, and you have to find some Easter eggs. It has clues inside.
Loud whispers. So it is springtime, and I've seen a lot of butterflies lately, and it reminds me of a story about her. And we got the spring peepers going around as well, and every spring you always know it's truly spring when the little tree frogs are out in their little ponds and you can hear them croaking and having a good time. And she might have been maybe 2 years old, and she goes outside, she covers her ears, she's like, "The frogs are screaming." And that's always stuck with me. It always makes me laugh. This is a good stopping point right now. Kind of keep that in soak.
You have to read.
Stone blade. You can see where it was coming out of the plant itself and growing these nice little leaves. What I'll do is I'll come down here, kind of down towards the base where it's kind of nasty. Just kind of grind it over my stone tool. Take that end off, throw it away. Then I'll find a nice little serrated portion, put it on the back side, and just kind of break up those fibers. People don't break my preforms. Just kind of graze that blade right along it. Just help break up those fibers, flip it, go out to the end. See how it kind of busted those up a little bit more, like that. That's what we want. I'll flip the other side, scrape that other side, just help bust up those fibers. And we'll do this countless times. So once we got that, we can start pulling off these little individual fibers. And that right there is what we can use to make our cordage. You can do it dry. I prefer soaking them a little bit. Helps me get a better twist on them. Toss that down in my water and let those soak. Find you another one that looks good. It's got kind of a yucky end on that one. Yeah. Fun. Oh, sand steam. You can make cordage with a multitude of different things. Yucca leaves are one of my favorites. Fairly easy process. You just kind of beat them up with a rock a little bit, and then you can take them over to the creek or a water source. It doesn't matter if it's just a bucket in your yard, but you kind of wash all the nasty green off of it, and you'll be left with some fibers, and you can air dry them and use them the same way that I'm doing this. And your scooter. Thumbs up. Okay. You want to help? Can you pick me out a good leaf? Find me a good one. No, one of these. One of these pieces. Pick me up one. Find me a good one. That one right there. What do you think? You want to sit up here for a second? You like that one better? Come here. Can you cut the end off of this one? Grab both hands here like this. Can you do that? I'll run it back and forth. Hold on to it. Okay. Throw that one out. Go. Okay. Take this blade. So I hold it like this in my hand. Like that. Can you flip your hand? Like this. Now you're gonna take this and lay it over top. Put your thumb on it. Just kind of pull that knife across it. What?
That hurts.
It doesn't hurt. Watch.
Do you have to do the same thing like that?
Yep. So what we're doing is breaking down these plant fibers. Okay. Don't get one right in your thumb like I just did. And we flip it and do the same to the back side. Those dry ones get right in there as a splinter, don't they?
Dad, can you stop? I want to do it now.
You want to do it now?
Mm-hmm.
Can you break that one up into small fibers? Not like that, like this. Watch. Put them up, and you see how they're pulling apart like this? You kind of put your fingernail in there. You bust those up.
Okay.
Can you pull them apart? There you go. Kinda. Here. Remember, just take your time.
That's my way.
That's your way. Pull it apart. There you go.
Leopard.
Yeah. Pull apart this section here. Wow. That. You're doing good.
This is look a little yucky.
No, that one's good. We could use that one. Look how many's on there. That's perfect. Just the right size. Can you get your fingernail in there and kind of break it up? Look right there. Oh, that's gonna be a good one. Oh yeah, good job. Come up top and look.
Here you go.
That's a little small. Here you go. Oh, you just pull it apart easy so you don't break them, okay? Like this. Kind of work yourself down. Breaking it apart.
Dad, look what you did to mine.
Oh,
I can't see.
You can't see. Heaven forbid. Oh, my finger. There we go. Good job. You can always come down at the end and look. You got it. You got it. Good job. That's good right there. And we'll put that in with our water. You wanna put that in our water jug?
Yeah.
Our water thing?
Wait, where's
There you go. Just set it right down like that. We got company. All right, we'll be back.